Become a channel member and support the content. You also get access to exclusive videos. You'll get an emote next to your name in the comments. The link for that can be found next to the subscribe button or in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video, and it is time to take a look at what I think could be some of the options for Team 2 What If on Friday. Of course, these are going to be complete guesses, but there is a small pattern to what EA have done with Team 1. And that is choosing several players who already have informs. Up first, we have gone with Tierney with an 85 rated card. A lot of these will be sort of the lower rated ones, but I've got a funny feeling that nearly every single What If card will get upgraded. We've seen a few already. Tierney would go to an 87, which would make him arguably the best left back in the Premier League. That's a good looking card anyway. Spinazzola as a left wing back. He's normally a left mid, but plays as more or less a left wing back in that sort of weird 5-3 at the back thing that most teams do these days, and people are now adopting on FIFA as well. So it would actually be a pretty good card, especially when boosted to an 87. Moving on to Eric Bailly. Now, in my opinion, there will be a lot of options like this, not necessarily from Manchester United, but I mean 85, 86 rated centre-backs with very similar stats. I've put them all in a row for you. So we've got Eric Bailly of Manchester United. Then we have Tomori now of AC Milan. I think that's right, if I've done my research correct. But I mean, what an 85 rated card that would be, with the potential to go to 87 as well, should they keep one clean sheet in the next, 5 games I think it is. But I mean, even an 85 rated version of that card would be incredible. Eder Militao, another 85 rated card with really good pace, decent defensive stats. If Real Madrid can keep one clean sheet, difficult to ask, I know, but if they can keep one clean sheet in the next 5 games, that would go to an 87, and all of a sudden, any one of those 3 so far, there's one more left as well, and that's going to be Konate, who had it in form a little while ago as a centre-back, though. Again, probably one of the best options of those 4. I think Tomori would probably be the best, but Konate would be up there because he has that natural defensive capability. And of course, if he goes to 87, it's going into the 90s. That is going to be an absolute animal. 86 rated Ruben Neves. They've gone for some players who are not quite playing for like the top 4 teams, but you know, teams that are sort of in and around challenging for that sort of position and sort of threaten every now and again. Neves does fit that bill. Looks like a decent card as well. Darun is another one of those players that plays for the team that isn't really going to win the league, although, you know, there's a possibility there, but never going to win the league. Well, not never, but you know what I mean. This season, not going to win the league, but sort of in and around that area, threatening certain teams and a team you don't like coming up against. That's the type of player EA are going for. And again, with Chelsea, you know, a team that are in and around the mix, but that's the kind of card people are going, or rather EA are going for with this promo. Kante already has a What If card, of course, but Azpilicueta, I mean, I think this is nailed on. I really do. Let's move on to Dani Olmo. Now, this guy, if they don't do Konate, Dani Olmo is a shoo-in for this promo. If he doesn't get one here, he gets one in the next promo. They are going to give him a special card at some point. He already has 3 informs. They haven't given him any dynamic card yet, so would be very surprised if he wasn't included. Guerrero always gets some sort of special boost from EA. I think last year might have been a FUT birthday, correct me if I'm wrong. The year before that, I think he had some sort of, you know, one of those weird end of game boosts, but I can see him getting a nice boost. Then of course you could use him as a left wing back, and what a left wing back he would be. Jesse Lingard, this is on the tip of my tongue now. Well, maybe that's the wrong term, but it's on the edge. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know why I said it's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the edge. It's going to happen. He is going to get a heavily boosted card. Is it going to be What If or a FUT birthday or something else obscure? Who knows? Coman with, I mean, a pretty good card anyway, but then if he gets boosted, that's a 91 rated card. Incredible pace and dribbling. And then, of course, his shooting and his passing goes up as well. That could be a really, really good card. Most of the Bayern team have boosted cards, so why not Coman? Moving on to Phil Foden, and again, it comes down to most of Man City have a lot of informs and special items. Foden has a Man of the Match card. I was kind of anticipating a headliner for Foden, but they didn't give it to him. So maybe they could weigh in with a What If, and then, of course, he could go to an 88 which would be fitting. Mesut Ozil, now that he has moved to Fenerbahce, could potentially be in line for an upgrade. I'm not sure if they've included anyone outside of the top 5 leagues, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't quite remember who's in the first What If team. I've gone for players as well who have recently moved clubs because it doesn't look like we're going to get ones to watches. Martins, people have been asking for this since the very beginning of the game. You know, he was used right at the start, then he sort of fell out of favour because he wasn't quite good enough anymore. However, if they give him this card, and of course if Monaco can score 6 in 5, he will go to an 87. That would make him very, very usable indeed. Next up, Jordan Henderson of Liverpool. I'll be surprised if we don't see a Liverpool player one way or another. Jordan Henderson is one of those who's had one inform but nothing else. A lot of the other Liverpool players have already had boosts or have dynamic cards. Jordan Henderson has been playing centre-back a lot this season, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this, but that would actually be quite a good card. Up next is going to be Alexis Sanchez. Again, a lot of the Inter front 3, front 4 have special items. Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez are just powering ahead with their special cards, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Alexis Sanchez catch up a little bit with an 86, potentially an 88 if they can score some goals. Carrasco is one of those players that has just been trudging along in the background. No one's really noticed. He's got a couple of informs. He could get an 88. If this happens and he does get this 88 rated card, he could have the potential to go to 90 rated, and that would be close to an endgame card. Souček has been doing very, very well for West Ham, as have West Ham in general, really. I'm not sure how this would work. Would it count as a clean sheet or would it go for goals? Not really sure how EA works CDMs. Didn't really read too much into that, but either way, I think 3 informs this season, which is outrageous. Could go to an 89, potentially even a 90. Florian Thauvin, I think he's been playing as a striker this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am wrong, but I think he has been. I think I've maybe not been as generous with the stats as I should have been if he is an 87. Of course, if they do end up scoring 6 in 5, and this happens, he could go to an 89 as a striker as well. That could be a really good card. Moving on to one of the higher rated cards again, 88 rated Luis Alberto with the potential of going to a 90 should they score 6 in 5. Lazio, not really represented too much with special items this year. Luis Alberto hasn't had what I would class as a good card yet, so, you know, you never know. Moving back to Manchester City, if they don't go with Phil Foden, I can see Raheem Sterling picking up one of the higher rated cards. I had a look around and I couldn't find anyone in and around that 90, 91 rated that could potentially get a boost. Raheem Sterling is the only player that I could find in and around that rating that hasn't got some sort of dynamic card already. De Jong is going to be our final player here. 88 rated, normally gets a few special cards, has been left behind slightly this season by EA with regards to just random, you know, like rule breakers and things like that. Just left out of it all, no dynamic card. So, could get an 88 rated, which has the potential to go to 90. They could even make him 89 and take him up to 91, but we'll have to wait and see. That, my friends, is going to bring us to the end of the What If predictions for Team 2. I'll be very surprised if 3 or 4 of those don't make it. In fact, to be honest, I'll be surprised if they use any cards at all that aren't already in this prediction, or at least in my first prediction, because they do seem to be going down the path of, does he have 1 or 2 informs? Is he playing well? And did he move club? They've put a fair few players who have moved club already this season. It doesn't look like they're going to do winter upgrades, so I think they're sort of going, right, well, instead of ones to watches, we'll give them what-if cards. This promo is kind of replacing that, but not really, from what I can gather. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you could handpick one of those players to be in your team, untradeable, who would it be? Let me know in the comments. If you have enjoyed this video, though, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.